Hey guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. Today we'll be showing you how to beat Lair as soon as you can. Now, in order to beat Lair, you have to do a couple of things. Number one is you have to have a good backup Archer DPS for Zoe. Frostbow, Flurry, and Phantom are all good. Fleur comes into mind as well, but you can't really get her until you beat Lair by a lot. Number two is a good backup healer for Arya. Lucens comes to mind because of his awakening ability, which does DPS on the other party and heals your party as well. Number three is you need a good backup tank in case your tank dies for some reason or has too low of an HP to go to the next round. And finally, number four, an active legion where you can hire one of the three things I just said. So once you have all of this, you are ready to roll over Lair. So the first strategy I'm showing you right now in this video is to make sure all your backup DPS, healers, and tanks are full bar on their awakenings, so you can use them whenever it's possible. This is achieved through using them on the first couple of fights. I prefer using the first three fights to get all their bars up, not using any of the awakening bars at all. Once that's done, you can put your main team back, which consists of your tank, healer, main character, an archer DPS, and for the fifth slot, you can either get a support or a healer or another DPS. It depends on what you want. But the main thing is to make sure you got an archer DPS because they will do the most DPS. Um, and probably the next thing you need to know is to know your limits. When fighting heroes that have Dragoon, Empyrean, even Wolf, Shantus, or however you say her name, make sure you have enough firepower to take them down because once they get going, it's pretty hard to take them down. Dragoon has an ability where he will go Super Saiyan on you, and no matter how much damage you do, he can't die and won't die. He also gets a life steal with this ability, so you have to wait it out. Your tank needs to be good. You need to heal up and wait for it to finish before you kill him off. Empyrean has the same identical ability, but without the invulnerability. But he can stun you with one of his skills. So that's one thing to worry about. Even Wolf has that region ability once he transforms, and his awakening skill can stun you as well. Very dangerous if you just pulled off an awakening and he stuns your team. Man, that's gotta hurt. Shantus will be invulnerable for her awakening and will have life steal as well and heals all the friendly units. So that's just gonna hurt you more. He'll heal up her entire team, 100% of her attacks, I believe, and 50% on herself. Now, having Sohi here really helps, which is why I think she's the most important hero you will need. Not necessarily need to beat Lair, but it will definitely make it a lot easier for you to beat Lair if you have Sohi on your team. Now, preferably your Sohi will be at least 3-star. If it's 2-star, then she's a little bit more squishier, little less DPS, and I think her awakening skill has less time as well. So definitely try and get at least 3-star Sohi, but obviously you start with 2-star with her. Um, so we'll just go through the video right now and show you uh, the rest of the fight. And I will be fast forwarding some of this fight because I don't think you need to see the entire ones. Um, just make sure that you do have a good team, quite good level, quite geared. As much as possible, be fairly geared, because you will need it. And yeah, I think that's all you pretty much need. Now we will go fast forward this video right now, and I'll stay quiet for the rest of the video until we get to the point where we need to. All right, so now we get to the point where we see our worst nightmare for Sohi. His name is MGX13 plus 2, which is that blue robot you saw there. So here, I will quickly switch Sohi with one of my Archer DPS because I don't want her to die. Now, the main reason MGX13 plus 2 is your worst nightmare is his awakening ability. Once he pulls off his awakening ability, he will have 100% reflect damage. So whatever damage you do, it will reflect back to you. Now, imagine Sohi in her awakening just, you know, pulling those arrows and she will immediately die. And you can see Dragoon is in here as well. So this is probably the toughest fight in this Lair fight. And you will see that I think I will lose Arya and my Frostbow in this fight. Now, my Frostbow is actually 5 levels lower than my main team. So my main team is at level 56 and she is only 51, and damn bam she got beat by that Super Saiyan Dragoon. um I was really quite worried I wouldn't be able to pull this off, but eventually I did. I had my healer down and I don't have a replacement for her, but like I said, you need an active legion. So in this video I'll go to the mercs and look through the list, and I saw Lucen's up as the first one I can recruit. So I do get him back with a fee, of course. You do have to pay, but it's all worth it. And I'll put my Sohei back there. So I still managed to beat up the Dragoon and the MGX13. It was just lucky that one of my Legion members actually have Lucents up there. So in the next fight, I was actually quite worried because my main tank and my MGX13 have a low HP, and they have an Aegis too, which there you go. So he got interrupted there. But even if she did put her awakening up, their Aegis would have been blocking all those attacks. So I actually made a mistake in putting this in auto fight, but I think I was quite I couldn't care less what happens. But there I took off the auto fight and start shooting, and I was healing up as well. One thing you need to learn to do as well is make sure you know when the fight is about to end, and make sure you have enough time to heal up. If you have Arya, that's quick. Her awakening is instant, so you can actually get her to use her awakening and get enough HP back up for the next fight. Now in the next fight here, Peony is the tank. This was a pretty close fight as well. I immediately went auto fight, so they immediately used their awakening, and I think just by a sliver, my Aegis just pulled off his awakening while Peony does her time stopping ability. So I was like, no, 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 please don't kill Aegis. And he manages to survive, and I managed to heal up. And here, where they were raining down that DPS on my entire team. Basically, my Soy is up, interrupted the Peony awakening, and their Aegis is up and blocking all my arrows, which is fine. Basically, I'm pretty much just stalling as much as I can for that sort of life from Lucens and get enough HP back for the next fight. And I think eventually I will win this one. And there we go. So saved Sohi's. I made sure to save Sohi's awakening for the last fight. If you can do that, that would be really really great. If you can do that, if you know you're gonna win, just don't use the awakenings. Just stop the auto fight. And now for the final battle, they have Imperion. Uh, Two of my tanks are low HP, so but I do have my Sohi up, ready to use that awakening and blast through the entire team. So just watch as she just blitz through everything. Imperium does her War Soul ability, but she dies straight away. And it's pretty much a good game. So that's one of the important things you need to know, guys, for beating Lair. Hopefully you can do it now. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Click that like button and subscribe if you want more videos of Brave Cross. Leave any comments below if you want me to do any other guides. And again, thanks for watching, guys. And I will do my best to release as much videos of Brave Cross as possible, or any other game when Final Fantasy 14 3.2 patch comes out. I'll see you then.